Hello, I'm continuing talking about the verses on the faith mind by the third Zen patriarch Sensang, and today I want to talk about a line which says, "Do not search for the truth, only cease to cherish opinions." Do not search for the truth, only cease to cherish opinions. And that is what we do all the time, isn't it? Searching for the truth. And we're looking for the truth outside of ourselves. So there's many different answers to life that's available to us today. All sorts of books and courses and therapies and all these different ways that we can approach finding the truth. And the truth at the moment is that Tash is making quite a lot of noise. Okay, I think he'll calm down in a minute. So, yes, what we're doing is we're searching in the wrong places. And this is what the Buddha kept pointing out to us, that actually we search in the wrong place for happiness, for freedom, for enlightenment. That is, it is within us, but that we don't really believe that. We don't see that that is the truth. And so we keep on this search. We keep on kind of moving forward, looking for the perfect partner, the perfect place to live, the perfect job. And well, when it says do not search for the truth, what is it talking about? What is this truth? Is there a truth to be found? So sometimes I hear people say, well, everybody has got their own individual truth. I'm not quite sure that that's true, actually. So let's, for example, take Buddhist truth. So the Buddha said his first great insight was that everything in the phenomenal world is impermanent. And because it's impermanent, it's unsatisfactory. So can anybody dispute that? How can we dispute that? Well, we have to investigate it, certainly, to find out, is it true or not? Is it true that everything is impermanent? So we look around, I look in the mirror, I'm looking at myself now, and I think, yeah, I'm definitely impermanent. I definitely I don't resemble how I looked even 10 years ago, never mind 20 or 30 years ago. And everything around me is impermanent. Pictures fade, books get old and fall apart. Everything is changing all the time. And we never know, of course, when we're going to die or when those that we love are going to die. And so the fact of impermanence can be very unsatisfactory. Not altogether, of course, because actually it's a great plus also that everything is impermanent, because a lot of things that we don't want in our life, that are painful in our life, also change. So because of that, impermanence isn't just one thing. It isn't just a big disappointment. But what we need to find out is the truth. Do not search for the truth. So how do we find out the truth? We can only do it by meditation and reflection, by reflecting on our lives, by checking out what the Buddha said. Is it impermanent? And because it's impermanent, is it unsatisfactory, ultimately? And of course, the Buddha wasn't suggesting that everything is unsatisfactory all the time. So we get a great deal of pleasure out of life. But ironically, a lot of the pleasure that we get is still ultimately unsatisfactory. So, for example, we might find ourselves coming towards the end of a holiday and we've had this wonderful time and the sun's shone all the time. Well, it's got to end, and actually we can have a sense perhaps of sadness as we get on the plane home and we realise that, well, it's at least another year before we're going to have that opportunity again. So yeah, everything is unsatisfactory. Let's take another example, such as giving birth. So a new baby, there's all the excitement, there's the love, the tenderness, all the feelings that come up around a new baby, around the birth. And alongside that is all the, well, it's probably not too strong to say agony of realizing that you are now responsible for this little helpless being, and that you're going to have to let go of them, and that maybe they'll get ill, maybe they'll die. You know, we can be overwhelmed then with the sense that actually the fragility of life is there before us. So it's like everything, every single thing is tinged, if you like. Even the most wonderful things are tinged. Let's take another example. Let's take the example of somebody that's very wealthy and that can do a lot of shopping and they can buy whatever they like. Well, we know that what the Buddha said is true if we test it out, that actually there is no end to craving. There's no limit to it. And that once we have what we think we wanted, there'll be something else to take its place. There is no end to craving. In fact, feeding craving makes it worse. So if we respond to craving by buying exactly what we want, by seeking what we want all the time, there will always be something else. So we're never satisfied, never completely satisfied. So this line says, do not search for the truth, only cease to cherish opinions. So once again, we're being pointed to duality, to the like and dislike, to the opinions that we have that, if you like, close us down, limit the way that we think. So it's telling us to have an open mind and to look within ourselves for the truth, to settle ourselves in the spaciousness of awareness where we can, well, sometimes ponder the Buddha's teachings, but actually we don't even need to do that. If we know about some of the Buddha's teachings, for example, the three lakshanas of unsatisfactoriness, impermanence, and no fixed self. If we know that, then it permeates into our being. And when we meditate, we find that we absorb those truths. We see them for ourselves. We stop denying, if you like. We stop pretending that that isn't how life is. So that's all I'm going to say for today. Bye for now.